Well, Bill and Joanne, back in 1989, the judge who sentenced Matthew Makowski to life in prison said Makowski should never receive a pardon or a commutation for his life sentence. Well, the governor just granted clemency for this convicted murderer, and the victim's family members are saying they were never told that Makowski was even being considered for release.
This is tearing the family apart right now. We are at a point where we want to drive to Lansing and talk to Governor Granholm.
Larry Puma says his family has never recovered from the murder of his nephew, Peter Puma. The 19-year-old was stabbed to death in a robbery after leaving his job at a health club in Dearborn in 1988. 3 men were ultimately convicted. And while he did not do the stabbing himself, police said Peter's boss, Matthew Makowski, was the ringleader.
He set up the whole thing. He had Peter take the money to the drugstore to get a money order. He set up the time that he was going to do it, and he had somebody rob him. He was going to use the money to take his girlfriend skiing, and 3 of them split $750. My nephew was killed for $750.
On Wednesday, Governor Granholm followed the recommendation of the parole board and commuted Makowski's sentence, which means he could be paroled within weeks. The Wayne County prosecutor strongly opposed the commutation, saying it should not be granted because Makowski was the mastermind behind the crime and was the main cause of the death of the victim. The Puma family says they're outraged because they were never told about an October parole board hearing, and no one from the state alerted them that Makowski would be set free.
We feel that there wasn't much effort done by the parole board or the Department of Corrections. It's very easy to Google somebody's name in this family and find them. We're in Michigan. We feel that there was probably a lot of effort done to release him, more than there was to keep him in jail. We feel that it was swept under the carpet and that there was a lot of money that might have been used to get him paroled.
The governor's spokeswoman released this statement to us. It says, quote, while the Department of Corrections has indicated that requirements of the Crime Victims' Rights Act were satisfied in processing the application and conducting the public hearing, we are attempting to determine if and why any victim family members were not notified. The Puma family maintains they were not told, and they're even more upset now because no one from the governor's office has returned their phone calls. Joanne?